to another episode of Gorilla Guy News. I'm the Gorilla Guy, and I'm going to explain the news to you. For today, January 7th. Alright, let's get into it. So, I guess the biggest news story of the last day or two would be the shootings down in Florida by the U.S. veteran of the Gulf War. He shot 5 people dead. Somehow, I don't know the laws in the States, so I guess it's common for veterans to fly with their guns in their luggage. It makes sense, I guess, but yeah, I don't know why this guy was flying around with his gun, especially when he went to an FBI office a while ago and said that he was hearing voices in his head, and they were telling him to join ISIS, and yet the FBI didn't do anything about that. They said, "Oh, just go home and sleep it off." So yeah, now they have 5 people dead in an airport, and they have the guy in custody, I guess. They don't know the motive, yada yada. I mean, he's probably obviously suffering from PTSD, and Veteran Affairs did nothing for him, apparently. I don't know, that's just what I've gathered from the news lately, so take from it what you will. It's a pretty sad story. I guess that would be the first mass shooting of the year in the States. What else do we have? There's a German chancellor named Gabriel or whatever, saying that the breakup of the EU is not unthinkable. So he's obviously thinking about it quite a lot. I totally agree with that. The fact that Britain has already voted to exit the EU is pretty much the fact that Britain has exited the EU is pretty much all the proof that you need to see that that's true. I don't know if the EU will even be around in 20 years. I think what might end up happening is that some of the EU countries start banding together and forming like smaller versions of the EU, you know? Like, I don't know, maybe like Sweden, Norway, and Finland, like kind of make their own small like EU. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking though. Or maybe the EU will just end up being like all the smaller countries, and Britain, France, Germany will all be separate. I don't know. Maybe Germany will stick around with all the smaller countries and the EU will survive, but I would say the EU's future doesn't look very bright right now, for sure. I'm sure everyone would think that too. What else? We have a Canadian judge was suspended for wearing a Make America Great Again hat in court, I guess. It's kind of a news story. It kind of leads into a news story actually in Canada here. There's a conservative kind of leadership race going on right now. So like the leader of the Conservative Party right now, they're trying to find a leader. And there's one woman who is running, and she's kind of like a pro-Trump supporter, I guess. She's running on the same sort of platform, like, oh, she's anti-immigration and all this. And anyways, the media is kind of painting her as like a racist and all this other stuff. I don't know if she's racist. I doubt she is, but who knows. Anyway, they're kind of making her out to be like, oh, she's trying to push Trump politics in Canada, and Canadians won't abide by that, and all this other bullshit. It's funny how much like anti-Trump the media is pushing when Trump has already won in the States, and Le Pen has a very good chance of winning in France. Um, People don't realize just how far the pendulum is swinging back towards a nationalism outlook in many countries throughout the world. You have Great Britain with Brexit. You have France, who is starting to lean very nationalist, which I don't blame them compared to seeing as what happened last year. You have the States, obviously, have swung very nationalist. Um, you have China, which is very nationalist right now. It's becoming much more so every day from what I've seen. The Pinky? Uh, you could say Russia's very nationalist, but they're always nationalists, so. Yeah. Uh, Definitely globalism is on the decline, in my opinion. Uh, just from the last year, it seems to have taken a nosedive. But anyways, enough of that. What else do we have? In the news. Oh, I got one for you. I got one more. There's a 20% increase in the price of petrol in Mexico. Okay. So imagine you're me, a guerrilla guy, who lives in Mexico, and you're going to Mexico, or you're in Mexico, you're going to your job. Your job is like some shitty, I don't know, McDonald's job or whatever burrito place you make burritos at or something. I don't know. So you go to your shitty job. You're getting minimum wage, which is like, I don't know, 80 pesos a day? Yeah, 80 pesos a day is what you get for minimum wage there in Mexico. Okay? Now, say you have some old shitty car that you got from your uncle or something. I don't know. You have this old shitty car and you want to go fill it up so you can get home. So you can drive home from your shitty job. Guess how much 1 gallon of petrol costs? 80 pesos. That's how much you made all day. So you have worked all day to make 1 gallon of gas. Now, I can see why everyone down there is pretty pissed off. I would be pissed off too. 6 people have been killed protesting this, and 1,500 people have been arrested. Okay, so let's say that's, 10% of the people. That means that there's 150,000 people protesting there. And I'm sure it's a lot more than that. Those are just 1,500 people arrested. 6 people dead because of this, okay? You think about in the States, that guy just killed 5 people. Well, 6 people have been killed just protesting, okay? In Mexico. That is pretty goddamn insane. And today Trump was saying that basically he's trying to get Congress to foot the bill for the wall now, and then they're going to make Mexico pay for it eventually somehow. I don't know what their plan is, but yeah. So now it's the states that are going to pay for this wall. I don't know what the plan is. Like, they're going to build a wall. It's going to keep some people out. It's not going to keep everybody out, obviously. If you really want to get out of there, you're going to get out of there. It's one way or another, right? So, yeah. That's about all I got for today. January 7th, 2017. Alright. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you actually watched the video, I'd love it if you commented.